When I read the script, my first response was that I just had never read anything like it, and I just thought it was fantastic.
It's about defining new ways to be.
It's just a bit of magic that's come together.
The show is a Valentine to being single. These women would never wear the same outfit twice.
It's okay to be single, it's okay to have fun.
I thought it was very bold. I thought it was explicit.
Some men were threatened by it.
They were honest about sex. They were honest about the humor of sex.
It pushed television to another level.
I try not to think too much about any of the good fortune that's come, but really the experience itself is what has been so extraordinary.
My reaction when I first saw Sex in the City was, thank God.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sex in the City.
Sex in the City. Sex in the City.
Kim Control.
This show is like heroin to me.
Somewhere deep in my heart, I thought I could be one of those girls on Sex in the City.
Sarah, right here, Sarah.
I think the legacy will be sexual freedom.
Cosmopolitans.
The greatest hot spots were to be finding love and sometimes screwing their brains out.
It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to make mistakes.
It's everyone's fantasy.
This has been a great ride, man. I can't believe it. I hope it never ends.
We took a risk and had no idea how it was going to be received.
I thought it was very bold in ways that I hadn't read before.
Well, get in, for Christ's sakes.
I went to Sarah after we finished filming that last scene. I went to her and I said, you know, I really think that we've done something really special here.
What really convinced me was the last moment in the pilot when Big drops off Carrie in front of her apartment on the Upper East Side, and Carrie asks Big at the last moment after he's dropped her off in the car if he's ever been in love, and he responds,
Abso-fucking-lutely.
and then she turns around and they freeze frame on the character of Carrie, and I just thought it was fantastic.
I wasn't quite sure what it was, and I didn't know what the series could be, but I thought there was something really special in that moment, something unpredictable and very much fresh. The cast system. Carrie speaks.
You know what?
What?
I love your hair like this.
Being the first show to have the freedom to talk about sex in a funny way, in a comedic sense, in a way that's very uninhibited and uncensored. I mean, you know, we were a first, and I was sort of very aware of that going in, and I felt like, you know, if the show is smart and funny rather than just being smutty and funny, then we have a really good chance of doing something great.
Shouldn't we be dating men our own age?
Good luck finding one. There are no available men in their 30s in New York. Giuliani had them removed along with the homeless.
Whole first season, basically, it was just Darren and I in a room, making each other laugh and saying, can we really say that?
She'll juggle, she'll spin plates, but she won't give head. I don't like putting it in my mouth.
And our test was, if I could make Darren snot on his computer keyboard, that we thought maybe it was funny enough to put in the show.
When the show first came out, there was a bit of controversy. Here's a show about women in their 30s who are attractive but are single. Whoa, they must be desperate, and there must be something wrong with them.
Feels unbelievably sexy. So hot and nasty. How's it feel to you?
What you said.
I never thought about being involved in a project that was shocking and daring in this way, and I had to be very careful in how I told my family about what I was doing.
No, what are you doing back there? Let's go!
We couldn't say the name of the show in front of my grandma Ruth. She knew I had a job, and she was really happy that I had a job. And she'd say, how is your job going? And I'd say, good, good, good. Say, it's pink for girls. Oh. And look, the little bunny has a little face, like Peter Rabbit.
And it's even got a remote. I mean, how lazy do you have to be? I'm still, to this day, sort of sometimes shocked by some of the circumstances and some of the text.
Threesomes are huge right now. They're the blowjob of the 90s.
What was the blowjob of the 80s?
Anal sex.
Any sex, period.
That show really raised the bar as far as what you can talk about with your girlfriends.
I don't think a guy has ever gotten me that wet.
Pass the salt.
Milk?
Now you talk about it at brunch where it belongs.
Okay, words are essential. Tell me exactly how he worded it. We've been seeing each other for a couple of weeks. I really like you. And tomorrow night, after dinner, I want us to have anal sex.
It has no boundaries. There's absolutely no boundaries on this show.
Oh, no smoking the gap.
Sir, we're talking up the butt. A cigarette is in order.
I have girlfriends like that. I tell them my secrets. They know everything.
What was that?
A preview?
And they were also very intelligent at the same time, so it's just a really integrated view of what women can be without apologizing for it.
Your vagina's depressed?
I might have vulvodynia.
Vulva what ya? So every day, I have to keep a vagina journal.
No, come on. Dear Vagina, Why So Blue kind of journal?
No, more like itchy today, not itchy.
Sounds like a bestseller.
Ready to order? I'm fine, but Charlotte, maybe your would like an order of fries.
Being single used to mean that nobody wanted you. Now it means you're pretty sexy and you're taking your time deciding how you want your life to be and who you want to spend it with.
Let's just say it. We have it all. Great apartments, great jobs, great friends, great sex.
You can have a woman who is in tune with her sexuality and is not afraid to be that.
You see us, Manhattan? We have it all. Fuck you. You wish.
There is a kind of a fantasy there of like, wow, look at how glamorous and a little bit sad, but how kind of glamorous and fabulous and fun life could be if one had all this money and lived in this fabulous place and one spent all one's money on clothes and dinners.
Very nice, if you like that whole window sky thing.
I thought Sex and the City spoke to me and to my generation. A single professional woman trying to find her way, weeding through the whole dating situation in New York.
Everybody can say, hey, that's like me. You know what I mean? I do that, or I say that. They can just relate to it.
The greatest thing that the show has done for the single woman is basically claimed her and said, hey, this might be a choice as well. She no longer has to stand against the rail because no one asked her to dance. She can basically leave the party or sit with a bunch of other girls and say how stupid and fucked up the party is.
This is Burger's girlfriend, Carrie. Is Burger with you?
This is kind of uncomfortable. But, we broke up.
Oh. Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you guys had all kinds of problems.
Yeah. And he was bad in bed.
Much better.
You think? We have to get out of here immediately. What I really focused on for the past 6 years was the less obvious, colorful stuff. Because, like I said, the provocative, sort of titillating stuff, the stuff that is, intentionally, funnily sexy and all that's fantastic, and I think it's obviously an enormous part of the show, but really what the show has to have and has had to have in order to survive 6 years is a soul. It felt really sad not to have a man in my life who cares about me. No goddamn soulmate. Maybe we could be each other's soulmates. And then we could let men be just these great, nice guys to have fun with.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Carrie.
Will you take the ring?
I will. I know things are really weird between us right now, but I really need to talk. Will you meet me at our place in like 15 minutes? If you broke the show, if the show was a heart and you broke it in half, one half of the heart would be the four women and the other half would be Carrie alone and her life in the city with her friends. And I think that is the balance of the show too.
We don't really have hallmark moments or special episodes about the friendships. It's just a base.
Carrie. Trey can't get it up.
What?
We slept
together last night and he couldn't get it up. Maybe he jerked off right before you got there and he was just too embarrassed to tell you.
The connection between the women is so strong, the loyalty is so strong. It's sort of like the grounding that enables the show to go to scarier, bleaker places.
Samantha, you look so pretty today.
Thanks, I have cancer.
What?
Are you all okay with drinks?
No, we're not okay with drinks. Keep them coming.
There was something so concrete and right about the way it was cast, particularly with the four of us, I felt. We looked so different, we were so different, but coming together as these four very distinct individual voices, it was really thrilling for me.
Here. So,
Come on, Brady, it's right here.
I'm sorry, what? Your breasts are huge.
It can be a huge, jaw-dropping, embarrassing, crazy sexual thing that's never been said before.
You fucking bitch! You fucking whore! Oh.
Right next to a really relatable girlfriends in the coffee shop moments.
Do you think I'm a whore?
Oh, please. If you're a whore, what does that make me?
We have this fight in the writer's room, and we've decided that everyone's allowed to be Carrie.
So I like to think that I'm Carrie.
All my single girlfriends think they're Carrie. All my gay friends think they're Carrie. And you're not.
Some girl in New Orleans came to me. I'm Carrie. You're not fucking Carrie.
I'm a closeted Charlotte.
I relate to Miranda the most.
You know I want to be Samantha.
I love her. She loves her body.
Bravo, honey. Bravo.
Right now, I'm taking my ladies to dinner. I say we go dancing. Let's go dancing.
Oh, you're a model.
Thank you.
God bless America.
The end of dating. All right then.
Does anybody know how to drive? Did you finally bug her, Burger?
How long have you been waiting to say that?
If you're gonna be a guy and you're gonna go on this show, you're gonna be an object.
You can't date your fuck buddy.
Not dating anyone who's known as Mr. Pussy.
I'm dating a guy with the funkiest tasting spunk.
Yo, can I cancel my rice pudding? Thanks.
Oh my God, he's gonna.
It's the kind of show that I will not be able to take my eyes off of.
I would love to get you in the shower and then let you pee on me.
It's the first show to take, sex from a female's point of view and make it a weekly event.
I slept with Big last week.
Was it good?
It was great.
You know, it's not like just guys talk about sex.
So, how big was it?
Fresh pepper.
We talk about size, we talk about how they are, what they do.
Standing up, it barely clears my nipples.
Well, that may be the perfect height.
It was good, except he kind of licked my butt.
I think some men were horrified when they were exposed to this show.
Women are for friendships, men are for fucking.
I got a new diaphragm and it's stuck.
I'm tired of being married to your penis.
I'm sure it's enlightening in some ways.
Maybe his dick curves to the right.
So if it does, we'll work it out. I'll go left.
I think my maid is using my vibrator.
Women are interested in a lot of the same things that men are.
I need to have sex.
I'm on vacation, I want to get laid.
Damn it, I just really want to be fucked.
I'm gonna need a napkin to dry off my seat. That waiter was hot.
All the women always say, that's what we do when you guys aren't around. And it's like, cut us in on it.
I usually have to be in love with someone to have that kind of orgasm.
You might want to see someone about that.
I gotta say, I learned a lot about women and from this.
I don't know what happened. He just...
Couldn't find your clip? How would you like to make love to this every night?
Is it kosher?
Men kind of use it as a learning tool.
Do you know how the clitoris works?
Yes.
Do you know where it is?
Yes.
Well, it's about 2 inches from where you think it is.
Oh my God.
Now keep your finger there, but move your thumb higher.
And one thing for sure is that these are very strong women.
You men have no idea what we're dealing with down there. Teeth placement and jaw stress and suction and gag reflex. Honey, they don't call it a job for nothing.
It's ladies' land, as it should be.
You're here.
my God, she's fashion roadkill.
This show has changed my opportunities just as a coat hanger. You know, I've tried to really learn about fashion and the history of fashion and put things in context and appreciate the beauty of it and the artwork of it and the technical part of it. And so my knowledge of it has changed. My affection and love for beautiful things have always been what they are, but you just have bigger dreams. I just have bigger dreams now.
You live for fashion.
I do not live for fashion.
I love the fashion.
They really push the envelope in every which way direction they could possibly push it.
This show has 4 distinctly different characters, and creating these characters, you know, it's like dressing your Barbie dolls, and that's fun.
There are no rules and anything is possible and you can't make a mistake. Try something ridiculous, try something ugly, make it pretty. Take something masculine and find a way to make it really sexy.
Carrie is a fashion plate of all time. She's somebody that actually expresses her emotion through fashion.
You look.
Why, thank you.
She's a risk taker with clothes, and sometimes she wears outfits that make you think, and certainly many of them have.
She had become sort of an icon of a great girl walking in the street of New York.
She's always so inspiring. She's certainly a muse of the house here.
Her fashion sense is what everyone wishes they were able to wear, but no, they couldn't. I would look ridiculous in half of the outfits.
Isn't she fabulous? Samantha is, for me, the complete vamp, with her low-cut dresses and her cleavage and her bright colors.
Outrageous and very courageous. She's the sex kitten.
Hot, sexy porn.
She's the reason many designers live. Shake it, sister. Miranda had to stay tailored and buttoned up because she's so afraid something would happen if she lost control.
I felt like in the beginning of the series, there was much more of an attempt to look like an upscale, everyday businesswoman. That has sort of fallen by the wayside in favor of just looking great.
Charlotte, are you in there?
I never thought of myself as someone who could wear all the samples from the designers that we all grew up looking at in Vogue.
She has the nice purse, and her hair is all nice, and there's no split ends. You know, she's very sweet, and that's the way she dresses.
I think the white is too white.
No, but with your skin tone.
Hates it!
My first wedding was a very fairy tale-like wedding. I wore a really massive, poofy Vera Wang dress. And I liked my second wedding, too, because it was different, but it was so romantic. And I wore a beautiful Badgley Mishka dress that we picked. It's okay.
Okay. You're Audrey Hepburn. Oh, it's.
The thing that makes the show such a success in terms of the fashion is Pat Field, absolutely, no question.
This will look great on Kim.
She's very creative and she thinks outside the box.
There were about 4 different dresses contending for this scene, all shipped from Europe, couture. We chose this one because when she falls asleep, and this gown is completely spread out like a huge quilt. And she's just on top of it.
She tells great stories with clothing and she has a great sense of humor about fashion and she really understands its place. She's one of the smartest, funniest, but most inspired and inspiring persons I've ever met.
It's a headscarf and you put it on your head and it's black chiffon.
It's here. We got it.
And it's D-I-O-R.
I've enjoyed enormously this collaboration with Pat and with Molly. Not only is it hilarious in the wardrobe room and everything looks good and bad and silly and wonderful, but it's pure joy. It's a piece of heaven. I need your honest opinion.
You can't afford them?
Manolo, Blahnik, Mary Jane's. I thought these were an urban shoe myth.
Where did all my money go? I know I made some.
At $400 a pop, how many of these do you have? 100?
Would that be wrong?
100 times 400, there's your down payment.
I spent $40,000 on shoes and I have no place to live? I will literally be the old woman who lived in her shoes.
It might be a little bit like sex. Once you have that good shoe experience, you're gonna do it again.
Hello, lover.
I never thought that I would be
been having this incredible exposure that and still I'm not conscious yet about the whole phenomenon.
Bag.
Is this for real?
And your Manolo Blahniks.
No.
Give me your fucking Blahniks.
Please, sir, they're my favorite pair.
Thanks.
Oh, somebody stop him. He took my strappy sandals. Oh, please, somebody.
I think a lot of the things are also a little bit pushed over the top. You know, it's not always that real, and I think, you know, not every person can have that many Manolo Blahniks in the closet, but it's fun to watch.
That question was always asked. It's like, well, how does Carrie afford that? Well, I don't know. What do you want? Don't worry about it. It's fine. She went and borrowed it from a designer.
Dolce & Gabbana picked me?
Yes, fuckette. And those are some picky Italians.
Do you think that I would be able to keep the outfit?
Once we film an outfit, it's like, goodbye, you'll never see it again. It's like, oh, you'll never see it again.
Pat doesn't like us to repeat. That is true.
Do we repeat the story? No, every week it's a new story. So why would we repeat the wardrobe? I don't believe in repeating.
I am surrounded all day long by 6 fabulous, sexy, single women. We talk all day long about their lives and how it can be used to funnel in a truth.
We rarely write a story that hasn't originated with us in some way.
What was your news? Oh, Berger broke up with me on a Post-it.
I once was broken up with by a guy's doorman. I'm sorry, Miss Hobbs. Jonathan won't be coming down. Ever.
That had happened to me.
A lot of my girlfriends have said, I feel like you're writing us, and sometimes I actually have been.
I often said that TiVo was my boyfriend.
You've traded Steve-O for TiVo.
With TiVo, when there's something I don't enjoy, I just speed right through it.
My dad tried to operate my television and press the wrong buttons, as Magda ended up doing with Miranda.
You sat on TiVo? Is it okay?
Yes.
The episode that I was in was perfectly timed for me because I, along with, probably countless amounts of other women that are in their 20s or in their teenage years, was questioning my sexuality throughout that whole time and just kind of experimenting, and it was a great sort of reflection of it.
I know it's going to be a good show when someone had a bad date. When I see the tears, I think, okay, how can we use this?
What's going on? Why are you crying?
James has a small dick.
Oh, well, it's not the end of the world.
It's really small.
How small?
Too small.
Well, size isn't everything.
3 inches.
Well,
hard.
You don't have to be single to work on our show, and you don't have to be a woman, but you have to be honest and willing to tell your embarrassing stories.
I think it's very realistic, and at the same time, it's deeply silly.
Is that you?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think it might be worse under there.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
The actors are incredibly game for just about anything we write, which is great. They trust us, and we never do anything to exploit. I mean, if we do sex, it's for comedy usually. Suddenly I'm given a script where Samantha dyes her pubic hair unintentionally a horrific color, and it's not only talked about but really referred to, and suddenly there's this hairpiece that's not going on my head. I'm Bozo the Bush! It was funny.
Sex scenes are always embarrassing to some degree to do.
Oh, I'm the man.
When you're doing a scene and behind the camera is, about 20 people watching sometimes. I call it the Senate. Don't the Senate approve of that take?
Michael Patrick knows everything I'm about to say, so it's okay. He wrote this episode where it was Fleet Week, and we were at a big party for the sailors. Carrie, for some reason, walks in on all three of us, the rest of us, showing our breast for some crazy reason. He came to me months before and said, "It's for the sailors. It's for the troops. You're going to be showing it to the troops." And I was like, okay. And he said it'll just be one, which somehow made it seem better. And he said it'll be funny. It'll just be quick. It'll be funny. It'll be easy. And I was like, okay.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, Carrie!
And I have not shown a breast since then.
The naked stuff, you know, naked on the couch was fairly humiliating.
Harry!
What?
There did come a point where it felt like, have we done everything there is to do about sex? I met a guy recently who was rattling through, well, did you do this, this, this? And I was like, yes, we've done everything.
Do you have sex?
Yes.
Do you have oral sex? Give, receive?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Do you have anal sex?
Yes.
Do you swallow?
Only when surprised.